that is not the problem. A invests something amount, some amount, and B invests some amount. But when you get some profit, that profit, it is a lump sum profit, you will get it. But how to distribute this profit to A and B? You know, that is a very important thing. If A invests 1 lakh rupees and B invests 2 lakh rupees, if you get a 5,000 rupees profit, then you cannot say that A 2,500 rupees and B 2,500 rupees. No, this is not worth. Why? Because he invested less, he invested more, therefore he should get less profit, he should get more profit share in the total profit. Therefore we should wisely, we need to we need to distribute that profit. Sometimes not only the profit, sometimes even I may get 5,000 rupees loss in the business. In that case also, when loss is distributed, okay, then A should get a less distribution in the loss, less share in the loss, and B should get a more share in the loss. Okay, therefore this distribution will be somewhat proportion to your capital investment. That how to solve these problems in a real life, that we are going to understand in this heading. There is a partnership chapter. Okay. Now, if I consider some the nomenclatures what I use here, the first one is a partnership. Partner. Partner means someone who joins your firm. For example, he's a owner. He's the owner, and this person starts a business. Till he get another partner, he will be the single owner, and he will be that running the business. If his asset, some problems he may face in the ongoing that in the company, he may require one more partner, or otherwise one other partner is willing to join this person. Then if he joins laterally, then he become a partner. And this person joined here, this ownership is distributed. This ownership will be shared to this person also, A person and B person also. Now we will be having two owners for the company, and both are called as partners. Okay, this is what, and this is one term. And the second term is a capital or investment. Okay, the capital or investment, this is a lump sum amount which initially, before starting the company, it might be any reason that to purchase the furnitures, to purchase the machineries, or to purchase some buildings, land, or whatever that is. To purchase that one, they will be invest something, or to establish that company, they will be investing that money, and a large amount of money. If they invest, that is called as capital, or directly we can call it as an investment. Here, as this company started, there is no restriction that A should invest this much only, B should invest this much only. Not like that. Based on their capacities, they are free to invest whatever they want. He might invest only 5,000 rupees, he might invest 1 lakh rupees, but still, if he is a partner, then he will be having a share in their profit and loss, because half of the partnership, or otherwise this percent of this ownership, will be coming to A, and the remaining ownership will be with the B. Like that, the company or otherwise business will be running. Okay, this is a capital. And very important thing is that you will get a profit here. Profit you will get, and sometimes you will get a loss also. You know what is a profit means? What if something, some good is there, if that good, if you the cost of that one might be 100 rupees, and if you sell that to 120 rupees, because you did some work with that, you manufactured it, or otherwise you brought it from somewhere and you struggled to sell it, therefore you are charging 20 rupees more than the cost price. Then this 20 rupees, what I call, this is a profit. This is a profit. Here, if a single person is there, and the struggle of the single person is involved in the selling the machineries or selling the goods, then this 20 rupees directly goes to that single owner. If there are two persons, both are struggling to sell this one, and at the end, if they sell that one to 120 rupees, the cost price when it is 100 rupees, then 20 rupees will be the profit, and this 20 rupees both has to distribute among themselves. Okay, this is what the profit. Sometimes the business may go in a negative growth, In that case, they may get a loss. Instead of 100 rupees, that 100 rupee cost material, they may sell it to 80 rupees. In that case, the 20 rupees loss is there. But both partners' hands are there to this 20 rupees. Therefore, both will that distribute that loss among themselves. This is the meaning of profit and loss. Coming to some other terms, simple partners, simple partnership. Simple partnership is there. Simple partnership means A person and B person is there. This is the A person and this is the B person. A invests some amount, say 5 lakh rupees, and B invests some amount, say 10 lakh rupees. But both are invested at a particular time, 0th day, and this will be continuing since 5 years. 5 years. And at the end of the 5 years, they are going to calculate profit or loss. Okay. See here, in this business, the very important thing what we are observing is the time period invested by A and the time period invested by B is same. He also invested for 5 years and he also invested for 5 years. Such firms, such companies, such business, we will call it as a simple partnership. Right? Sometimes it happens like A is invested some amount, say 5 lakh, and B invested some amount, 10 lakh. But something happened in his family and he required that money back. Therefore, after 2 years, he took half of the money, 2.5 lakhs rupees he withdrew, and he continued with the 10 lakh. And after that, one person, because here 2.5 lakh is withdrew from this person. Therefore, C person will come and he will put 2.5 lakh. Okay. And after that, it will go like this. After 10th year, if they get a profit, then they have to distribute for A, B, and C. For 3 of them, they have to distribute that profit or loss. Okay. Here, this company, we can call it as a complex or compound partnership. Here, the time duration is different. A invested for how much? A invested 2.5 lakh for 10 years and 2.5 lakh for 8 years. Because in between 2.5 lakh, he withdrew. Therefore, this B invested 10 lakh for the entire 10 years. But this C invested 2.5 lakh for the rest 8 years. Here the time duration is different and their investment obviously that is different, but time duration is also different. Therefore, here the problem is getting complicated. Not only here, when you go to the share market, you will be observing in the share market, each and every seconds, people will be purchasing the shares and people will be selling the shares. Means in a fraction of second, he will get the ownership, because purchasing the share means what? Getting the ownership in the company. In a fraction of a second, he will get the ownership of the company. And in a fraction of a second, he will sell that share, means he will lose the ownership of the company. In this fraction of a second, they have to think how much he invested, for what time he invested, how much he invested, that other person invested, for what time it is invested. And in that fraction of second, how much amount of profit they got, and that profit, how many fractions that will be given to A, how many fractions will be given to B, that each and everything they have to calculate. Of course, there will be a programmed, programmed softwares will be there, they will take care. But we need to understand, because when you run a business or a company with a limited numbers, say for example, 3 partners or 4 partners or 2 partners, okay, in that case, you cannot make a programmed software and run. That will become very costly. Therefore, manually you can calculate this one. See, when you go to the company, before that you will attend a aptitude test, right? Now, nowadays, each and every companies, wherever you go, they will check your aptitude test. Why? Because you should know all these practical things. What is profit? What is loss? What is percentage? And what is this partnership? No, types of partnerships and all. Okay. Well, these are all the theory about the partnership. Now I will explain some that mathematically how we need to go, how we need to solve this problem. Okay. Let us consider a person A is there and B is there. Person A and B is there. Person A invests C1 amount C means capital, and person B invests C2 amount. Okay, and person A invested C1 amount for T time, person B invested C2 amount for T time. Both times are same, therefore I can say it is a simple partnership. Okay, now their investment ratio becomes what? C1T is to C2T. This is investment ratio. Investment ratio. Okay, now this is the investment ratio. See, in the both that this one in the terms, T is common, therefore I can cancel this T. Therefore, the investment ratio I can just simply say that C1 is to C2. This is more profound to remember, but this is some common. Here it is understood that this is the simple partnership. Therefore, C1 is to C2 is a investment. Then, if a profit is a P, then if that profit you need to distribute as a P1 and P2, then the
Excuse me,
ratio
sir.
should be same. P1 is to, huh? Yeah.
Sir, voice is not audible, sir.
Voice is not audible. What about others? Is there any problem? I think from my side it is okay. Ravi sir?
It is audible for me, sir.
It is audible?
It is audible for me, sir.
Uh-huh. What about others?
It is visible, sir.
Visible but audible? Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. I think I was that explaining very fast. That's why the internet might be getting problem to transfer from here to there. I will make it very slow so that might be the problem may be resolved. Hmm? Okay. Now this C1 is to C2 is the investment ratio. C1 is to C2 is a investment ratio. Then the profit, whatever the profit they will get, P, lump sum profit they will get. And that profit they have to distribute as a P1 and P2. But the thing is that C1 is to C2 in the same ratio, they have to distribute P1 is to P2. You know? If they get a loss, then that loss also L1 is to L2. L1 is to L2. Okay, this is what the partnership and distribution of the profit and loss. Now, in this lecture, in this partnership chapter, I am not discussing what is profit, what is loss. We have a different chapter for that to discuss only profit and loss. Here, we are discussing how to distribute this one. Okay, now, then this is a ratio. Say, for example, if investment is 4 is to 5, and then the profit will be again 4 is to 5. Loss is also again 4 is to 5. Right? A C1 is to C2 equal to P1 is to P2 equal to L1 is to L2. But it will not give any exact meaning. What is the meaning of 4 is to 5? Means how much percent we need to distribute and all. Therefore, to solve this, what we do? Here only one problem I'll solve. If C1 is to C2 is a profit, say for example 4 lakh rupees and 5 lakh rupees is invested, then this becomes 4 is to 5. Now let us consider the profit is 5,000 rupees. Profit is 5,000 rupees. This is a capital P, total P. Then P1 share will be, P1 profit will be, his share is a 4 divided by, and divided by total 4 plus 5 into 5,000. This is a P1. If I make an equation for this, you can write it like a P1 equal to C1 divided by C1 plus C2 into P. Okay. Then what about P2? P2 equal to C2 divided by C1 plus C2 into P. Here the denominator is same, but the numerator P1 to P1, P2 to P2. Okay. Now, in the same way, you can calculate in this 5,000 rupees, how much is went for this P1, that is 4 divided by 9 into 5,000 is getting 2,222.2 rupees, his share. Then what about this person? That person will be 5 divided by 9 into 5,000. He will be getting 2,777.7 rupees. See, the profit is distributed that what justifiably we distributed the profit in the same ratio. We'll solve many problems on this one. Okay. And now,
Excuse me, sir.
hmm, hmm.
So some of them are not able to hear you, and your voice is also breaking.
Oh, I will join once again. Huh? I will close it and I will join once again. We'll check it once.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Am I audible now? Hope I am audible. We'll continue.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, sure.
Yes. Here we were in the simple interest. In the simple interest, we got this as a that distribution of profit and loss. If this is a compound partnership, means the investment is made with the different times, then what? We'll see. Then it is just a simple. If A is there and A invested amount for that C1 amount he invested for the time period T1, and B is invested a C2 amount for the time period T2, then their investment ratio will be C1 T1 is to C2 T2. This is their investment ratio, and their profit ratio will be P1 is to P2, and their loss ratio will be L1 is to L2. Okay, this is very important equation. And however, we solved many problems in ratios and proportions. We know how to deal with these ratios and proportions. And here if you want P1, that amount in the total P, how much P is distributed, that if you want, then P1 equal to C1 T1 divided by C1 T1 plus C2 T2 into P. Okay, and then P2 will be equal to C2 T2 divided by C2 T2 plus C1 T2 C1 T1 plus C2 T2 into P. The same thing, if you replace P by L, then you will get a loss ratios. Okay, and the same thing, if A is invested C1 for the T1 time, if B is invested C2 for the T2 time, and C is invested C3 for the T3 time, then profit will be what? C1 T1 divided by C1 T1 plus C2 T2 plus C3 T3 into P. Like that, P2 equal to C2 T2 divided by C1 T1 plus C2 T2 plus C3 T3 into P. Like that, you can write it for P3. P3 equal to C3 T3 divided by summation of C and T's into P. Okay, we'll solve some of the problems so that you will understand. And if you have any doubts till now, you can ask. We'll go to the first problem. A and B started a business. A and B started a business by investing 5,000 rupees and 3,000 rupees respectively. A invested for 6 months and B invested for 10 months. What is the ratio of profit of A and B? Okay, and they are not mentioned here. The profit is received after how many months? Therefore, we'll consider, obviously B is invested for 10 months means we'll consider the profit might be after 10th month. Right? Now see, A invested 5,000 rupees and B invested 3,000 rupees. A invested for 6 months means A invested for 6 months and B invested for 10 months. Then total amount A, how much he invested? That is 5 into 6, 30,000. And this person is again 30,000. Their investment ratio will be 30K is to 30K. Therefore, this is 1:1. This is investment ratio. Then as I said, if it is an investment ratio, then the profit ratio also same. They are asking what is the profit ratio? That is 1:1. 1:1. It's very simple problem. Okay. Next we'll go to the second problem. P and Q started a business investing 85,000 and 15,000 respectively. In what ratio profit earned after 2 years be divided between P and Q respectively? Okay. Now P invested 85,000. For how many months or years? In what ratio? They're not mentioned. In what ratio profit earned after 2 years be divided means we'll hope that P and Q were there in the business till 2 years. Therefore 85,000 and for 2 years, no need to write it because the here 2 years and here 2 years cancels. Therefore Q is 15,000 rupees. Okay, their investment ratio will be C1 is to C2 equal to 85K is to 15K. Then KK cancel. 85, 5 3s are 5 1s are 3 35 5 70s. Therefore 17 is to 3 is their profit ratio. Over. They're asking just in what ratio the profit earned in 2 years be divided between P and Q respectively. That is 17 is to 3. In this ratio, you need to divide that profit. Okay. This is our L1 problems. L1 problems are very, very, very easy problems. Slightly we are entering into complications. That's it. A, B, C entered into a partnership, investing 35,000, 45,000, 55,000 respectively. the respective shares of A, B, C in an annual profit of this much. Here, A invested how much? 35,000. B invested how much? 45,000. And C invested how much? 55,000. And here the time is not mentioned. Up to how many months? Is there any different months of investment of ABC? It's not mentioned. Therefore, we'll consider annual profit means all were there till the completion of the year. Therefore, T is same for all. Therefore, no need to multiply. Now, then the investment ratio will be C1 is to C2 is to C3 will be 35 is to 45 is to then 55. Okay. If I divide it by 5, then it will be 7, it will be 9, it will be 11. 7 is to 9 is to 11 is a profit ratio. This is an investment ratio. You can call it as a profit ratio also. But they are not asking profit ratio. They are asking how much profit should A should get, B should get, C should get. Therefore, the P1 formula will be C1 divided by C1 plus C2 plus C3 into how much? P, profit. Then C1 is how much? Investment. You can consider this 7, this is 35, 45, 55, or in this ratio also you can consider. Whichever you want, you can consider. Because C1 is to C2 is to C3 is also working like 7 is to 9 is to 11. Therefore, I will consider 7 divided by 7 plus 9 plus 11 into how much? 40500. Then the answer will be, actually the calculator is not allowed in examination, but I am solving it with the calculator because the time slot given to me is very, very short. Into 40500. This P1 I am getting 10500. Okay, this is the answer. Understand? Like that P2 will be this, and the second ratio will be 9. Then 9 divided by 7 plus 9 plus 11. Then out of this 40500, this will be how much? 9 divided by 17. 9 divided by 27 into 40500. This is 13500. 13500. Like that, P3 will be 11 divided by 7 plus 9 plus 11 into 40500. That is 11 divided by 27 into 40500. That is 16500. Okay. This is what you are going to get a profit distribution. We'll go to the next problem. If you have any doubts in between, you can pause. You can ask me to stop and explain it again. Okay. Don't worry. Next, Komal started a business investing 9,000. After 5 months, very important, very interesting. After 5 months, Samir joined with capital 8,000. If at the end of the year, okay, very important, at the end of the year, they earned the profit 6970, then what will be the share of Samir in profit? Okay, they are asking only, they are concentrating on only Samir. Okay. Now see, Komal invested 9,000 rupees. Samir invested 8,000 rupees. This is clear? Okay. Next, Komal invested 9,000 rupees, and after 5 months Samir invested. After 5 months Samir invested means in a 1 year means 12 months. After 5 months means Samir invested for 7 months, because 7 plus 5 is 12. Therefore, Samir's amount will be multiplied by 7. Then what about Komal? Komal's amount will be multiplied by 12, because all 12 months Komal was there. Therefore, their profit ratio will be 9,000 into their investment ratio will be 9,000 into 12 is equal to 8,000 into 7. Then here 3 zeros and 3 zeros gone. Then what else? Here 4 2s are 8 and 4 3s are gone. 9 3s are 27 is to 7 2s are 14. This is, they got a investment ratio, C1 is to C2. Then obviously this will be your P1 is to P2. Then they want Samir. Samir means P2. Therefore, P2 will be equal to C2 divided by C1 plus C2, and the total profit 6970. This is the answer. C2 is a 14 divided by C1 is 27 plus 14 into 6970. 2380. 2380. This is the answer. See how simple the problems are. But here the question paper setter, he confused you giving this 5 months. But 5 months we should not take, because after 5 months he came means he was not there in the firm, and he was there in the firm for 7 months. Therefore 7 I need to multiply for 8000. We'll go to the next. Arun, Kamal and Vinay invested 8000, 4000, 8000 respectively in a business. We'll write it. Arun 8000, Kamal 4000 and Vinay 8000. Arun left after 6 months. If after 8 months there was a gain of 4005, then what will be the share of Kamal? Okay, here the problem is with only Arun. Arun left the company after 6 months. The company ran for 8 months. Okay, total 8 months the company ran. But Arun left after 6 months, means Arun was there in the company for 6 months. Arun was there in the company for 6 months. Very important. Previous problem and this problem is very important. After 6 months he left, means he was there in the company for 6 months. Then what about Kamal? It's not mentioned. Kamal not mentioned. Therefore, he will be there for all 8 months. He is also there all 8 months. Now, the ratio C1 is to C2 is to C3 will be 8000 into 6 is to 4000 into 8 is to 8000 into 8. Now, these 3 gone, these 3 gone, these 3 zeros gone. Now we'll take a 4. Sorry, this 8 gone, this 8 gone, this 8 gone. Then remaining is 6 is to 4 is to 4 is to 8.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Voice is breaking again. Hello. Here I am using one device along with me. Here it is clearly audible. I am using 2 mobiles. The network here is fine. We'll do one thing. Now is it okay? Is it okay? We'll continue. Now this it will go by 2. It will go by 2. Therefore, 3 is to 2 is to 4. This is a capital ratio. Then profit ratio will be same thing. P1, P2, P3. Then
Sir, your voice is not audible.
audible? Yes. Now they are asking Kamal's share. Kamal means who? He is the second person. Second person means here 2. Therefore, 2 divided by, directly I am solving. 2 divided by 3 plus 2 plus 4 Total profit 4005. The answer you will get it. Okay. 2 divided by 5 plus 4 9 into 4005 890. Oh. See how simple the problems are. We'll go to the next. In a business, A, B, C, A and C invested amount in the ratio 2:1. Whereas the ratio between the amounts invested by A and B was 3:2. Then here the total profit is given. How much amount did B receive? That I need to calculate. First we'll write. Here the investment is not mentioned. No. Therefore, A invested 2x and C invested x. This is one type. And the second type is A is to B equal to 3:2. Then A invested 3x. B invested 2x. A invested 2x. A invested 3x. Here I am getting dilemma. Therefore, I don't want to solve this problem this way. Understood? No. Now what? Then A is to C equal to 2:1. Then another thing it is given A is to B equal to 3:2. Okay, this is fine. Now this A is here and A is here. This one I will make it reverse. B is to A equal to 2:3. No doubt, no? Just I reverse this one. Now A is to C equal to 2:1. Then this B is to A is there. That I will write wisely, that smartly I will write B is to A. See, A. Then that equal to, here also I need to write very wisely 2:3. Then I will get B is to A is to C is equal to this multiplication, this multiplication, this multiplication. And 4 is to 3 to the 6 is to 3. This is B is to A is to C. Very important. They are asking how much amount B did receive. Means B means first person. Means 4. Therefore 4 divided by 4 plus 6 plus 3. Then the total profit 157300. Answer. Okay. It will definitely work out. 4 divided by 10 plus 2 13 into 157300. Yes. 48400. 48400. See, this problem we entered into somewhat L2, level 2. Even you can call it as a L3. Somewhat little complicated. Like that, there are many problems are there. You can solve them. We'll go to the next chapter. There is a profit and loss. See, I have a good. Okay, not a Hindi good. No. This is just goods. This is goods to the singular pronoun good. I have one material A. To manufacture this one, I will get some amount. I have to invest some amount. That amount I will call it is a cost price, CP. That is called as cost price, manufacturing price. And after that, what I need to do, I need to sell it. Then if I sell it to the cost price, then I don't earn anything. Therefore, I need to sell it for the higher amount. That selling price is called as the SP. This is selling price. This is a cost price. And the difference between these two, either it is loss or profit. Don't know whether it is loss or profit. You considered one good and to manufacture that one, you took 100 rupees. And if you sell that one to 120 rupees, you are selling it to the more amount. Therefore, you are getting profit. Means the profit formula will be selling price minus cost price. Okay, now selling price minus cost price. Simple. Then profit percentage is how much? Profit percentage will be equal to selling price minus cost price divided by cost price into 100. This is profit percentage. If a cost price of the material is 100 rupees and you sell it for 80 rupees, then you are in loss. Therefore, the loss formula will be cost price minus selling price divided by cost price into 100. This is loss percentage. See, loss percentage and profit percentage, if you observe, the numerator is interchanged, SP minus CP and CP minus SP, but denominator is CP, because always you are comparing your profit or loss always with respect to cost price. Okay, therefore it will be denominator will be same. Right? If you know this much, then nothing is there in this chapter, profit and loss. In every problem, you should be clearly understand what is CP. If you are able to catch CP from the problem, and if you are able to catch SP from the problem, then the problem is solved. Very easy. Means whenever you concentrate on the profit loss problem, first catch which is CP, which is SP, over. The problem is solved. Then how to solve the further things? Either you need to use this equation or you need to use this equation. Two equations are there. Any one of these two, you will use it and solve the problem. We'll go to one by one problems. A person buys a television, 8,000 rupees. Sells it to another person for 15,000 rupees. How much money did he gain or lose? They don't know, therefore they are giving both gain or lose. In previous slide, I told you that manufacturing cost, that is called as cost price. Here, see here, he is a farmer. He grows some cotton and he will distribute to some APMC. He will give to APMC. APMC, they will give to retailer. Sorry, dealer. Dealer to retailer. Retailer to customer. See, if a farmer is selling, farmer's manufacturing cost is 100 rupees and he sell it to APMC for 120 rupees. 120, this APMC fellow sell it to 140 rupees. And this dealer will sell it to retailer about 160 rupees. And this retailer sell it to this customer 200 rupees. Understood? Now we need to think which is cost price and which is selling price, considering each of them. For farmer, this is cost price and this is selling price. For APMC, this is cost price and this is selling price. For dealer, this is cost price and this is selling price. For retailer, this is cost price and this is selling price. See, that meaning of selling price is different. Time to time it is varying, depending on what? How much I invest to purchase that. Then the cost is, this is the cost. And what is the profit? Profit is that how much amount I gain it or lose it by selling it or by selling it or giving to someone. That I need to understand. Therefore, here this television is not manufactured by this person. Not manufactured by this person, but he purchased, he buys it. Buys it means his buying amount, that 8,000 become cost price. Yes, CP equal to 8,000. He sells it, means selling price is 15,000. SP equal to 15,000. Now this is more and this is less. Therefore, SP minus CP is how much? 15,000 minus 8,000 is 7,000. Is the profit over. Okay. Now go to the second problem. Cost of an article is 400 rupees. Here directly mentioned, therefore nothing to worry. Cost is 400, CP is 400. Selling price is 500. Okay, directly it is given 500. Profit or loss percentage. Okay, then CP equal to, profit percentage equal to SP minus CP divided by CP. SP 500 into, minus 400 divided by 400. This is 100 divided by 400. Cancel 1 by 4, 25%. Over, problem solved. Okay. Now, little complication. We are entering into little complications. An article is sold at 10% profit. Very good. Directly they told 10% profit. Its cost price is 150. Then what is selling price? Nice. Okay. Then you identify what is this 150. It is a selling cost price. CP equal to 150. Then what they are asking? SP they are asking. Then what they give? 10% profit. Okay. Profit percentage equal to SP minus CP divided by CP into 100. Here, whatever other things I know, I will substitute. P is a 10%. SP is a gottilla, that is X minus CP is how much? 150 divided by CP is how much? 150 into 100. This 0 gone, this 0 gone, this 0 gone, this 0 gone. This 15 comes this side, therefore 15 equal to X minus 150. Then this 150 comes this side, therefore X equal to 150 plus 15 is 165. Answer. Means if you want 10% profit, he should sell this good for 165 rupees. Okay. A buys an old scooter for 4,700 rupees and spends 800 rupees on repair. If he sells the scooter for 5,800, he gain in percentage is what? His gain in percentage is what? Okay, here very important. He is spending some amount on the machine, that scooter. Therefore, this considered as again cost price. This is also cost price. Therefore, CP will be your 4,700 plus 8,800. Therefore, 5,500. Cost price. If he sells the scooter for 5,800, selling price is 5,800. Then what this gain percentage? Obviously, it is gaining because 5,500 cost, 5,800, 300 rupees extra. 300 rupees I can call it as a profit. I am comparing with the 5,500 cost price into 100 is the answer. Whatever that comes, that is answer. Okay, now we'll go to the next one. Sam purchased 20 dozen of toys at the rate of 375 per dozen. He sold each one of them. It is each one of them at the rate 33 rupees. What was his percentage profit? Little involved problem it is. He purchased 20 dozen of toys at the rate 375 rupees per dozen. 20 dozens into 375. This much he invested. Right? 20 into 375 he invested. That his investment is 7,500 rupees. He sold each one of them for the rate of 33 rupees. Means he fixed the rate of each toy. Rate of each toy is 33 rupees. But I don't know what is the rate of each toy when he purchased. There is a cost price of each toy. Therefore, what I need to do, 7,500 rupees is the total amount invested for 20 dozens. In 20 dozens, he will be having, each dozen he will be having 12 toys. Therefore, he means he bought a that twice for 31.25 rupees. See, this is a cost price. This is a selling price directly given. Okay. Then what is the percentage? What they want? Percentage profit. Percentage profit equal to selling price minus cost price divided by cost price. This is the answer. Over. Okay. That is 33 minus 31.25 divided by 31.25 into 100 is 5.6%. Okay. We'll go to the next one. A man buys a cycle for 1400 and sells it at a 15% loss. What is the selling price? That easy, you can solve it. Okay. We'll go to the next one. Jacob bought a scooter for a certain sum of money. He spent 10% of the cost on repair and sold the scooter for profit of 1100. How much did he spend on repair if he made 20% profit? Very, very good question. Little involved. Okay. Jacob bought a scooter for a certain sum of money. Sum of money. Let us consider he bought that scooter for X rupees. Okay. He spent 10% of the cost on repair. 10% of the cost on repair means this is a purchased money, and the repair will be 10%. Means what? 0.1x. 0.1x. And sold the scooter for the profit 1100. But here the new cost price is what? New cost price is x plus 0.1x, because this is purchased amount, this is repair amount, total cost price. This is 1.1x. This is CP2. Then he sold it for 1100. Then SP becomes 1100. Now, how much did he spend on repair if he made 20% profit? Okay, one more information is given. 20% profit. 20% equal to SP minus CP divided by CP into 100. Now we'll substitute everything what I know. That SP is 1100 minus CP is 1.1x divided by CP is 1.1x into 100 equal to the here 20. This 0 gone, this 0 gone. Then what is left? Here 2 is equal to 1100. This 10 I will take inside, therefore this become one more 0, and this 11 1.1 become 11x divided by 1.1x. Then here x I need to calculate. This will come this side, 2.2x equal to 11000 minus 11x. Then this minus 11x comes this side, that become 11 plus 2.2, that is 13.2x. 13.2x equal to 11,100. Then x is 11000 divided by 13.2. Somewhere I did wrong. %% profit, SP 11001.1. Let us consider that x I am getting here 833.33. This is what the amount. This is x means what? Purchased amount it is, and they are asking what? How much did he spend on repairs? How much did he spend on repairs? Okay, 10% is spent on repairs. 10% is spent on repairs means this 10% means 83.33. Okay, this much amount is spent on repairs. This you consider it as a homework. The method what I solved here is exactly right. I'm not happy with this amount because something I think 500 or 5,000 it will come here. 500 it will come, I think. Just check it once again. If it is right, nothing, no, not a problem. Just check mathematically only. Okay. Next we'll go to the next problem. When a plot is sold for a 1 lakh, sorry, 18,700, the owner loses 15%. At what price must the plot be sold in order to gain 15%? Interesting. Okay. He sold for this much means selling price it is. Selling price is 18700. Selling price. The owner loses 15%. Loses percent. That is the last percent is equal to how much? CP minus SP divided by CP. Then profit percentage is how much? SP minus CP. SP minus CP divided by CP. Okay, into 100. Into 100 will avoid it. Okay, no problem, right. Okay. Now, profit percentage is here, but here also SP is there, here also SP is there. Here we need to concentrate here that SP can be changed because if we sell for this SP, he is losing money. If we sell for this SP, then he will gain the money. Therefore, I will write it SP as SP1 and this is SP2. Then what about cost price? In both the case, cost price will be same. This you can note it down. Cost price never changes. SP, that selling price always depending on the whether he is in profit or loss. But cost price never changes. Then in this problem, okay. Now in this problem, this is 15%. That directly I will write it as 0.15. CP is how much? Don't know. Minus SP is how much? When up this one, the owner loses means this is a losing selling price 18700 divided by CP. Okay, this 100 gone because 0.15 is written here. Then 0.15 CP equal to CP minus 18700. Then this goes that side and that comes this side. This 1 minus 0.15 is a 0.85. 0.85 CP and this is 18700. Then CP equal to 18700 divided by 0.85. This CP is 22,000. Cost price I got. Then I will bring that and substitute here. You want 15% profit now. Therefore, 0.15, 15%. That is SP. I don't know. This I want. Second time, how much you need to, for what selling price you need to sell. That I want. Minus 22,000 SP is common for all. Divided by 22,000. Now, this comes this side. 22,000. Sorry. 22,000. This 22,000 into 0.15 is 3,300. 3,300 equal to SP2 minus 22,000. Then this comes this side. Therefore, SP2 equal to is 25,300. Interesting, no? If we sell for this amount, he is losing 15%. If we sell for this amount, he will gain 15%. Okay, na? There are many problems like this. You can solve them. And if you have any doubts, you can approach. Because time is now 2 o'clock. And if you have any doubts, you can ask. Do you have any doubts?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt, students? Please ask. You can unmute your audio and ask, or you can just type it in the message. So there is no doubts with the students, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we'll.
If they have, they are free to contact at any time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir, for giving your 1 hour for our students and helping them understand some of the topics. With
Welcome,
your
sir.
permission, I would like to end the session, sir.
Yes, sir. It's okay, sir. If they don't have anything, then
Thank you
we
very
can
much.
end this. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.